guys, this is Cassandra Williams from Educational Innovation 360. This is Teacher Tips Monday. Very excited. Today we're talking about what it takes to embrace students and help them with their challenges, right? We're thinking about what do we need to do to support teachers with these wonderful strategies to help students embrace these challenges and build on constant resilience. The ultimate goal is to develop lifelong learning habits and to increase these strategies along the way. Let me tell you why student empowerment matters. We want to build that resilience, that support for critical success beyond the classroom, right? We want to discuss growth mindset, thinking about what does that look like and how it improves on academic achievement and outcomes for our students. And then we are talking about how do we emphasize real world actions that are happening so our students are better prepared for what comes for them in higher ed, their careers, even in their personal life and goals. So in order to do that, we have to have them think about what it takes to have a growth mindset, right? So there's this thing, growth mindset, fixed mindset. So Stanford talks about how the shared belief transform how many of our students even approach these obstacles. And so these are some examples of perseverance, what they're doing for problem solving, and then working through academic achievement through a growth mindset. So we talk about growth mindset versus fixed mindset. We're going to walk through kind of side-by-side examples, the challenges, response, what are the feedback and reactions, and kind of the success, right? Thinking about what that looks like. So we're emphasizing the teacher's role in the classroom because we want to make sure we value their effort, the effort that they're putting in now, their input, and, increase their ability over time. So, thinking of what it takes, what students are saying, and then based on the growth mindset and being able to model that in the classroom as teachers, that's what makes it really effective. So this phrase is powerful, the power of yet. How do we transform self-talk? Thinking of what does it take to take these fixed statements into growth oriented ones. So here are some fixed statements that we constantly hear in the classroom. I'm not good at math. I don't understand this concept. While we're talking about if this is a growth mindset and it's something we're starting, of course we're not going to know it. So I'm not good at math yet, or I don't understand this problem yet, or what if I start, doing this problem correct, right? So really discussing this idea of what do we have to do to change our mindset and seek out help, problem-solving behaviors to help them achieve what our students want to in the classroom. Why? So thinking about self-reflection and how it develops, self-awareness and, the self-regulation. Here's some strategies that we're using for our teachers, thinking about what do their exit tickets look like, our learning journals, right? Thinking about how we're documenting the successes, our peer reviews, as well as the teacher and how the teacher is modeling struggles that she's going through and then using the framework to support her growth mindset. And of course, we're reviewing our SMART goals, thinking about what is our criteria for success, and then having students move through their goals in real time. Now, when we're talking about growth mindset language, right, we're thinking about how do we highlight the importance of teacher language in the growth mindset space. So we're walking through, instead of try these examples to reframe our intentions and our responses through struggle and through feedback. And so I highly encourage you to use specific language for praise, effort, strategy, and persistence. So here are some possible phrases I want you to try when giving feedback and then when students are struggling. Here are some emerging trends that I'm pretty much starting to see, how project-based learning is really working through students tackling these concepts, these ideas, and really thinking about how collaborative problem solving, students working together, building resilience, thinking of understanding these difficult problems and multiple solutions to support their answers, and then students' voice and choice, thinking about what are the different learning pathways that we can have for individual students for kind of that adaptability and just true motivation in the classroom. I cannot let you out of here without thinking about some active strategies you could do. So I want you to we're thinking about the carrot and the stick and zone proximity, right? Normalize struggle. Even in your struggles, normalize it, do a think aloud. We want to celebrate our mistakes as learning opportunities, as well as our students. We want to teach reflection skills, right? Those think alouds, how do we integrate these reflection skills in our daily practice, even in our teacher's edition, right? Take notes, write down, and then provide thinking about voice, choice, allow students to make decisions about their learning progress. What do they think they need to do next to learn more about this concept, this idea? What extra research can they do on the side? And then thinking about how do we model, this growth mindset concept, right? Thinking about sharing your own challenges, how you have overcome the challenges that you have currently. So when we think about building this character right? We are developing, our students developing these characters. I always think about these are pretty much the keys takeaway. What are you doing to foster a growth mindset? Teaching the power of yet, right? Very important. How do we implement reflection on ourselves, goal setting? What language are we using in the classroom for growth mindset? And then how are we providing voice and choice for our students to get them to the next level, for collaborative problem solving? And I always say, of course, this quote is great by Nelson Mandela. The greatest glory living lies not in ever falling, but in rising every time we fall. So really thinking about, this is a constant ongoing work, a constant ongoing training. Just thinking about what do we need to do to support our students for the future. So I hope these tips help. Talk to you later. DM me if you want to learn more. Talk to you. Bye.